Continue taking a look at proving quadrilaterals in the quadrilateral plane. This will be the second video. So looking at the first question, we're proving a parallelogram. What do I need for a parallelogram? Exactly 2 pairs are parallel. So 2 pairs are parallel, never meet. All right, so let's make some points. Number 1, you're going to start with a sketch. So let's go ahead and sketch a parallelogram. So no matter what the question is, start with a sketch. All right, and label the letters in order. This is a listening check, underline sketch. So start on the top left-hand corner, go clockwise, L, M, N, O, in order. Number 2, you're going to write your plan to prove. In other words, the properties. So in this case, I'm trying to prove that the 2 opposite sides are parallel to one another. So I need to prove that LO is parallel to MN, and that's a symbol for parallel, and that LM is parallel to ON. That's what I mean by write my plan. That's my plan. If I prove that, it's a parallelogram. So now I look at what do I need in order to prove that. So number 3, what do I need? Do I need slope, distance, or midpoint? Listening check, color in the word distance. All right, so distance, I'm checking lines are congruent. Midpoint, they bisect. Slope is to do with parallel and perpendicular. So that's what I need. I need slope. So I need to find the slope of LO, the slope of MN, the slope of LM, and the slope of ON. And all I'm going to do is just copy down the coordinates for each of those letters. Because remember, if you need to know how to do slope, you can flip a page back and see how to find the slope. So all I did was copy the coordinates LO, MN, LM, and the last one is ON. So just copy down the coordinates. To find slope, change in y over change in x. So the change in y goes from 3 to -2. What am I doing? Subtracting 5. So -5 over. Then it goes from -2 to -4. What's that? -2 over -2. Simplify, it's going to be 5 over 2. Because a negative divided by negative is positive. Alright, next one, change in y. Goes from 3 to -2. So what's that? -5. And then it goes from 4 to 2. What I do there? Subtract 2. So it's going to be -5 over -2. Take care of the signs, it's 5 over 2. So I can see those are parallel. From L to M, from 3 to 3, I'm adding 0. From -2 to 4, I'm adding 6. So change in y is 0 over +6, and 0 divided by anything is 0. From -2 to -2, add in 0 again, I don't change. And then from -4 to -2, I'm adding 6. -4 plus 6 is 2. So 0 divided by 6 is 0. So now remember what I was proving. LO is parallel to MN. Remember, if they're parallel, they have the exact same slope. So does LO and MN have the same slope? Yes, it does. They are both 5 over 2. Which means LO is parallel to MN. I can tick that off. What about the second one? LM and ON? Are those the same? Yes, they are. They're both 0. So that's parallel as well. So this shape is a parallelogram because it has 2 sides that are parallel to one another. Now we can't just prove one side is parallel because it could be a trapezoid. So remember, you have to prove a parallelogram. Alright, let's prove a rhombus. So what do I need for a rhombus? I need all sides are congruent. So I need distance. Now, in a square, all sides are congruent too. However, all squares are also rhombuses. So it doesn't matter. So if it's a square, it's also a rhombus, is what I'm saying. So first thing is sketch a rhombus. Label the letters in order. So start top left corner, goes A, B, C, D, clockwise. All right. Write the plan that you have to prove the properties. Well, I know if I prove all the sides are equal, then it's a rhombus or a square. But every square is a rhombus, so definitely a rhombus. So what does that entail? AB is congruent to BC, which is congruent to CD, which is congruent to DA. What do I need? Slope, distance, or midpoint? I need to prove all the lengths are equal, so I need distance. This is a listening check. Color in the sketch of the rhombus that we've drawn. So write down the distance formula again. This is found in your reference sheet. And there it is. So copy that down. And then all we're going to do is plug in. So we're going to do AB. And I'm not going to write down the coordinates. I'm just going to use it from the question. So AB is the square root of, and then open parentheses. And I'm going to block the other two so you don't get confused. x2 minus x1. So that one's x2 minus x1. So the second x is going to be 2 minus x1, which is -2. Close parentheses, squared, plus, open parentheses, y2, so second one is 6, minus y1, which is 3, close parentheses, squared over. Now I'm going to write all of them down, then put them in the calculator. It'll make that easier. So next one, BC. So cover everything else except BC. Alright, so it's going to be open parentheses x2, so that's 1 and 2, x2 is 7, minus x1, which is 2, squared, plus, open parentheses, y2, which is 6, minus y1, which is 6, squared, close parentheses, squared. Alright, CD. Open parentheses x2, so that's 1, 2, so x2 is 3, minus x1, 7, close parentheses, squared, plus, open parentheses, y2, which is 3, minus y1, which is 6, close parentheses, squared. This is a listening check. Color in this entire sentence with my fingers. A, B is congruent to B, C, C, D, and DA. Last one, DA, open parentheses. Now, it doesn't matter which order you do, by the way, 1, 2, or 2, 1, it doesn't matter. Because you can go A, D, or DA, it's the same distance, but it doesn't matter. So we'll just go, D will be the second one. So 3 minus negative 2, close parentheses, squared, plus, open parentheses, y2, which is going to be 3, minus y1, which is also 3, close parentheses, squared. Now we're just going to type it in the calculator, just like you see it. So square root, open parentheses, 2 minus negative 2, close parentheses, squared, plus, open parentheses, 6 minus 3, close parentheses, squared. And make sure it matches exactly, equals 5. And you're going to do the same thing for each one. Now, it's very important, try and do this with the video. Like, pause and try and do it and make sure that you can get it. Because if you can't punch it in the calculator, you're going to get it wrong. And this is such an easy question. All you have to do is, once you've plugged in all the numbers, is punch in the calculator. Okay? So please, try to do this with a video. See if you get a different number, see why it's a different number. So look at what you've typed and look at what's on my calculator. Listening check, put a box around CD. And then double check it before you press enter. Alright, we'll do the last one together. So shift squared will give you that. Open parentheses 3 minus negative 2, which negative button is right by the decimal at the bottom. Close parentheses squared, plus, open parentheses 3 minus 3, close parentheses, squared, make sure it matches, equals 5. So, all the distances are 5. Everything is 5. So what does that mean? That means all the lines are congruent, all the sides are congruent, therefore it is a rhombus. It is at least, let me put it this way, it is at least a rhombus. It could be a square, but it is at least a rhombus. Alright, we're going to look at 2 more examples in the next video.